Hello everyone, my name is Grant and today I will be teaching a stretch and balance class. So since we will be doing a lot of stretching, I encourage you to find one of our warm-up videos and get nice and warmed up before doing this. We will also be doing some relaxing meditative practices and just breathing. So hopefully by the end of this workout, you'll just feel at sound with your mind and body. So getting started, we're going to go into a tree pose. So just stand facing forward and you're going to place your ankle on your shin, toes on the ground, and just pull this outer knee out. And you want to feel that stretch on the inside of your hip here. And then what we're going to do is add some upper body stretching. So first, we're going to interlock our fingers behind our back and pull back on our shoulders to open up our chest and get that stretch. If you'd like to add some more difficult balance, you can go ahead and pull that foot higher up your leg. Keep that hip nice and open, feel that stretch in your hip, and continue pulling back on your chest to get that stretch. So we'll hold this for a little bit just to get a nice deep stretch. Take some deep breaths, keep your back up nice and straight, and relax. Good. Now we're going to switch feet with the tree pose. Again, you can start down here on the ground or work up to add balance. Now we're going to be putting our fingers together again, and this time reaching forward. So we're going to roll our shoulders forward, stretching our back. Remember to maintain a nice straight upright back during this, but just try and pull your shoulder blades apart. So just take some deep breaths. We're going to hold this pose. Remember to keep an eye on that outer knee. Make sure you feel that stretch on your inner hip. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. All right. Continuing with our single leg balance, we're going to cross our ankle over one knee and slowly go down into a squat. And what you want to do is put pressure on this outer knee, and you should feel a stretch in the back of your hips. So once you get down into that stretch and get comfortable, we're going to add some more upper body stretches. So first we're going to do a bicep stretch, reaching forward in front of us, grabbing our fingers with our other hand and gently pulling our wrist back toward us. What we want to do is feel that stretch up here in our bicep, just a nice gentle pull. Shouldn't be painful, just a little bit of stretch, discomfort. We'll hold that for just a few more seconds. And then we're just going to switch arms, maintaining our pretzel squat. If you can, sink down into it. Feel that stretch in your hips as well. And just gently pull on that bicep at the same time. Remember to keep breathing. Good, relax. Now we're going to switch feet. Go down into our squat. Same thing, ankle across the knee, get your balance, and try and just put a little bit of weight on that crossed knee to deepen into that stretch. Now for this, it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge with balance. So get nice and upright, and then we're going to be doing an overhead tricep stretch. So just gently pulling on our elbow to get that stretch right here in our tricep on the back of our arm. Just gently pulling, keep breathing, try and stay upright, try and keep that bent knee nice and deep, getting the stretch in our outer hip and our tricep. Go ahead and switch arms, moving to the other tricep. I'm feeling my balance being challenged, so hopefully you are too. And we're just going to hold this for a few more seconds. Just keep breathing. Sink into that squat and rest. Okay, next, we're going to do a little bit less challenging of a balance exercise, doing a little bit less dynamic. So we're just going to start out with some toe taps. So hands to your sides or at your hips. We're going to step in front, to the side, behind, to the side, front, and repeat. If you'd like to add more balance, make this a little more difficult, you can put your arms out to your side. You can also hover your foot, taking away that toe tap. This should just be a nice fluid movement, slow and controlled. Just focus on your balance. While you're doing this, you can feel throughout your entire body, from your feet all the way up your core, feel all those little stabilizing muscles working to keep you balanced. That's what we want. All right, rest. Go ahead and start on the other side. So again, you can start with toe taps. You can move your arms out to the side if you'd like to. And then you can also take away that tap altogether. If you'd like, you can close your eyes. That'll make balance a lot more difficult. Just keep breathing. Stay upright. Again, nice, fluid, controlled movements. We'll go for a few more seconds. And rest. Good. All right, now we're going to relax a little bit with a breathing exercise. So just stand up nice and straight, feet together, shoulders back. We're just going to inhale, bring our arms up, look up at the ceiling, hold for a moment, and exhale, let yourself roll forward, just relaxing your upper body. Inhale back up, hold for a moment, and exhale. I'll let you take a few more deep breaths at your own pace. Just nice, deep in, pull yourself upward, hold, and back down. Feel yourself relaxing on that exhale. Just a couple more deep breaths. In and out. Okay, good. Now we're going to stretch out those shoulders we just used. So just standing upright, we're going to bring one arm across our chest, placing our forearm above or below our elbow, but not directly on our elbow joint. And just gently pulling your forearm towards your chest to stretch out your outer shoulder. So just gently pull. Shouldn't be painful, maybe just a little uncomfortable. Just hold it for a moment, keep yourself upright, continue to breathe. All right, relax, shake it out if you need to, and just switch arms. Same thing, elbow or forearm above or below the elbow, not directly on it, just gently pulling on the outside of your shoulder. Good. Just continue to relax, feel that stretch working, and rest. Okay, back to single leg. Stand on one leg and pull your knee up to your chest. What we want to do here is stretch our hamstring on the back of our thigh. So just gently pull your knee into your chest. Stay nice and upright. Continue to breathe. Focus on your balance. You can close your eyes if you'd like this to make a little bit more challenging of a balance exercise. But just continue to gently feel that hamstring stretch. And staying on one leg, we're going to transition into a quad stretch. So moving our leg back, grabbing our foot, and now we should just be gently pulling on our foot, keeping our upper leg nice and straight, parallel with our other one, and just feeling that stretch on the front on our quadriceps. Keep your shoulders back, chest out nice and high. Just keep breathing. Just feel that stretch. Again, you can close your eyes if you want to balance a little bit more. We'll hold this for just a couple more seconds. And rest. Okay, switch legs. Same thing on the other side. So we're going to start with that knee pull. Stretch out our hamstrings on the back of our thigh. Just gently pull until you feel that stretch. Just let yourself relax. Maintain that position. Keep breathing, deep breaths. Just gentle stretching. Same thing. Staying on one foot, we're going to transition back into our quadricep stretch. Just pull on your foot. Keep your shoulders back. Just feel that stretch on the front of your thigh. Good. A few more deep breaths while we do this. And relax. Okay. Shake out if you need to. Get loose. Now we're going to move down into a warrior pose. So we'll be putting one foot forward and facing our toes forward, and then our rear foot we're going to put at about a 45-degree angle, keeping both of our heels in line, but turning our rear foot in about 45 degrees. And we're just going to sink in, bending our front knee, but really what we want to do is face our hips forward and just let our hips sink so that you should feel the stretch on your outer hip of your rear leg. So while you're doing that, make sure to focus on that stretch. Keep your hips forward, but we're going to twist our upper body a bit, stretching our arms out. This arm out behind you, you should feel a little bit of a chest stretch right here. We're just going to hold this pose. Keep your back nice and straight. Remember to really feel that stretch in your hip. Good. Now, from here, we're going to go up into a half moon pose. Looking up the ceiling, you can put your arm on your rear thigh for stability. Just look up to the ceiling and now feel that stretch on the front, on the whole side of your body. Just take some deep breaths. Let yourself deepen into that stretch and slowly return to center. Good. Okay, same thing, other foot. One foot forward, pointing straight, rear foot at about a 45-degree angle in. We're just going to bend our knees in, let our hips sink, again feeling that stretch in the front part of the hip of our rear leg. So just deepen into that. Once you're there, keeping the hips forward, I'm going to stretch our arms out. Feel that chest stretch on your rear arm. Just hold that pose for a few moments. Really focus on your hips. Continue to breathe. And same thing. We're going to look up at the ceiling, slowly back, hand on the thigh for stability if you'd like. Just look up and feel that stretch on the side of your body. Just keep breathing. Do a few more seconds and slowly return to center. Okay, take a nice deep breath. Let yourself relax. Now we're going to move down into tabletop position. So for this, we're going to start out with some cat-cows. So on cat, we're going to inhale, arching our back up to the ceiling. Just let your shoulders spread. Feel it in your entire back. Get that nice stretch. Take some deep breaths while doing this. And just hold it. Continue to pull yourself upwards, not straining too much, just getting a stretch. And on exhale, we're going to go down into cow, pushing our stomach down into the floor. Good. So now we're just stretching out the front of our body and our core. Again, just taking some deep breaths, really focus on that stretch. And we're going to go back up to cat. So inhale, arch your back up to the ceiling. Feel that stretch. Spread your shoulders apart. Feel your lower back stretching. Try and curl it. Take a few deep breaths. And on exhale, we'll go back down into cow. Curve your hips up to the ceiling. Push your stomach down to the floor. Just feel that stretch on the front part of your core. Few more seconds and relax. Good. Now we're going to do some bird dog balancing. So for this, we'll be stretching one arm out in front of us and the opposite leg behind us. And we want to make sure that we're nice and parallel to the ground. And we're just going to hold this position for a few moments. Hopefully you feel yourself quivering, your muscles are working, they're stabilizing you, keeping your balance. If you'd like to, you can face forward. Close your eyes, you might feel yourself start to quiver a little bit more. You can move your arm and leg out to the side of your body. Again, keeping them parallel to the floor. Try not to let yourself sink. So hold this for just a few more moments. And relax. Same thing, opposite arm, opposite foot, other side. Just reaching out in front of you, extending your leg behind you. Stay nice and parallel to the ground. And just take some deep breaths. And again, you can close your eyes. You can move your limbs out to the side of your body. Just focus on that balance. Hold the position. And let yourself focus on breathing. Good. Relax. Okay. Now we're going to be going up into a downward dog. So get on your toes. Push yourself up. You're just going to drive your hips up to the ceiling, and then we're just going to start pedaling our feet, and what we want to do is gently stretch our calves. So with each pedal, nice slow movements, just get deeper into that calf stretch. Just gently stretching them out. Continue breathing through this. We'll go for just a few more. Good. Back down on your knees. We're going to lie on our stomach. You can start on your elbows. We're just going to do a cobra stretch. So arching our back up, pressing our hips down into the floor to stretch out our core again on the front of our body. If you'd like to get more of a stretch, you can come up on your palms and just let your hips sink into the floor to get that deep stretch. So hold that position, take a few breaths. Let yourself feel the stretch. Slowly come back up to your knees. We're going to go up into downward dog one more time. So again, on your toes, let your legs straighten, drive your hips up to the ceiling, and just start pedaling those feet again. Just slowly, gently stretching your calves. Remember to continue to breathe. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, back down into cobra stretch once more. Again, starting on your elbows. Look up to the ceiling. Drive your hips into the ground. And you can come up on your palms to get just a little bit more of a stretch. Stretching our core right now. Just look up, take some deep breaths. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, now go ahead and take a seat. The first thing we'll be doing is stretching one leg out and putting the other one crossing over and putting our ankle on the outside of our knee. Then we'll have one. Sorry about that. We'll have one arm back. Doesn't want to cooperate right now. We'll see how that works. Okay, one arm back, and we'll be placing our elbow on our knee, just twisting. And what we want to do here is just gently push our elbow into our knee and feel that stretch on our outer hip here. You should also just be getting a nice twist, stretching out your torso. Just keep breathing, gently pushing your elbow into your knee. We'll hold this for just a few more seconds. Good. Relax, slowly come back to center. Put your other leg out. Same thing, ankle on the outside of the knee, one arm back, the other across your knee. And just let your elbow push into your knee, twist your upper body, but really focus on getting that outer hip stretched. We'll hold this for just a few more seconds. Continue to gently feel that stretch. Keep breathing. And relax. Good. Now we're going to come into a butterfly position. So placing the bottoms of our feet towards each other and letting our knees sink into the floor. And we're just going to stretch out the inside of our hips now. So just gently push your knees into the floor to feel that stretch. If you need more of a stretch, you can bring your heels in closer to your hips. And we're just going to sit here for a moment. Keep your back up nice and straight. Shoulders back. Feel that stretch on the inside of your hips. And just keep breathing. Good. Okay. Now, staying in this pose, but letting yourself relax a bit, we're just going to start winding down, feeling our heart rate slow, feeling our breathing slow down. So you can just place your arms out, close your eyes, and we're just going to take a few moments to take some deep breaths. And just feel yourself relaxing. Hopefully you were challenged, hopefully you felt the stretches, got some balance in there. Remember, closing your eyes while doing balance makes it a lot more challenging because we rely a lot on our eyes for balance, so it trains our little stabilizing muscles, to do the work for us. So now we're going to go from seated and lie on our back. Let yourself just lay back, totally relaxed. None of your muscles should be working right now. Wiggle your toes, move your ankles, move your legs, wiggle your hips, up into your shoulders, and your arms, wrists and fingers. Just be very conscious of how your body feels, and now let it all relax. Just continue to take some nice deep breaths. Right now you can think about your happy place. You can think about nothing at all. Just let yourself totally relax, mind and body. Now whenever you're ready, we're going to slowly come back up into seated position. And take just a few deep breaths here. And slowly stand back up. Hopefully you feel nice and relaxed. Did some work, nice and warm. Some slow, calm breathing. Very conscious of how you feel. And now you can just wind down. Thank you very much for joining. I hope you got something out of this.